It's Godzilla!
Daddy's home.
Every night.
No more!
No, Kong! Take me back!
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
Yeah, that'll work great.
We'll do it live!
Live on network TV! Jesus! Harold Christ on a...
All right. We're back.
It feels good to see an intro for once. It's been so long. God, it's been 5 months since our last live stream.
I guess it has.
It's been a very, very long time coming. But you know what?
The Kings are back.
Yes, that's right.
We've had a lot of requests to do a what was cut from Godzilla vs. Kong 4. I think we've run out of content for that.
For now.
Yeah, right. For now. So today I don't want to make this one go on too long. You know, I wanted something long form so we could have some open discussion. But there's not a whole lot of information, but I think it's good to go over everything. And I kind of want to start with the TV show. But as you had mentioned, like when we left off, we were like, what's going to happen to the MonsterVerse? Is it dead or anything? And then, you know, we knew about the Kong animated show, but that's probably coming around soon. And then we have both the movie announcement and the show announcement.
Yep. I'll go ahead and pull up that little info
Lots
right
to look
here.
forward to.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so for the show, I will get up an article here because I think it's better to.
Yep, go ahead and pull up my screen really quick so everyone can see.
So this is kind of the first big official thing Legendary said about it, I believe.
Yep, good old Legendary Pictures. Matt Shockman, WandaVision, Game of Thrones, and he also, I think, directed episodes of Always Sunny and a few other things. I think you have an article pulled up. Always Sunny is a great show. That's the show I'm currently going through and trying to watch every episode on. Yeah, I mean, I've seen episodes sporadically throughout, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch it. So I just finished the first 2 seasons, and now I'm on season 3. They're the most horrible people, but I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyways, so yeah, he's definitely got a lot of experience in terms of directing TV. So he's going to kind of take over for like the style of it all. You know what I mean? So like,
right.
But yeah, there we go. Finally, some news.
Here's the thing that's interesting.
No official title.
That's wait, what about that?
There's no official title yet.
Yeah, right.
I've heard rumors that it's going to be Monarch, and I've heard some sites calling it Godzilla and the Titans.
Well, yeah, that's weird because Legendary is calling it just MonsterVerse, but a lot of other articles are calling it Godzilla. But we do know the synopsis, and I do have it in the article. I guess I can go over this, even though I did this in a video back in like January.
Yep, go ahead. Take over the screen. I
will share my screen with all of you.
Oh, like there's some people saying, "Hey, Gabester, how you doing?"
Like a confused old person on Zoom. How do I do this? Okay, I hope you can see this.
Oh yeah, I can see.
I'll make sure it's. Yep. Okay, so here is the synopsis. We don't really need to read any of this jargon.
Yep.
Following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans, see, they're not even calling them Mutos anymore. That leveled San Francisco and the shocking new reality that monsters are real. The MonsterVerse series will explore one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to the secret organization known as Monarch. So, I think this is saying, what it says uncovering secrets, does that mean uncovering its family's secrets, linking them to Monarch, or Monarch secrets, or kind of both, I guess?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of rumors about the casting, too, for this show. Kurt Russell is one of the rumored cast members, and for whatever reason, and also his son Wyatt Russell.
Right here.
Yep, his son and Kurt Russell. Like, his son would play the younger version of himself. And you know what? Here's the thing, though. Anytime you get Kurt Russell at anything, it makes it automatically, like, 10 times better. It's just... because Kurt Russell's one of the coolest fucking people ever. I mean, I love Kurt Russell. I mean, Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing, Captain Ron is another one. The MonsterVerse likes people with the name Russell. So if he joins, he's automatically the best Russell in the MonsterVerse.
That's true.
That's true. A Death Proof. That's another one. I know you're Tarantino.
This article says anything else about it, right? He's in the Hateful Eight, which is great. And Death Proof. Let's see.
Escape from New York, Escape from LA, which people don't like, but it's kind of funny.
Look at this. This article says Godzilla and the Titans series. So I don't know where MSN's getting that from, or this is all from Variety. They're throwing some things from Variety together.
Yeah.
It's tough to say, but here's the thing that I was thinking about. Like at first I was like, oh, is this just the Russell family? Because if not, then that's two things that are branched from the San Francisco battle. And that's like it's a little weird. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I guess that was the point in the universe where the general public found out the monsters exist. So it kind of
So this will be interesting that we're kind of going a little bit back in time. I wonder if it'll like converge. It's got to converge on the movies somehow, like because this is a TV series. They're not just going to try and do one season thing. They'll probably do multiple seasons, at least.
We'll see.
Unless they say it's a limited series event or something like that, which Apple TV might just do. Because like this is the biggest show ever in Apple TV history.
Oh, in terms of budget, it has to be.
Right. Like they're going to put a lot of money into this thing because Apple, like they're doing that. What is it? That dinosaurs series with that really good CGI that they're doing. So, I mean, they're going to put some money forth onto this thing. That's for sure. Like it's not going to look cheap. That's for sure. We're going to bring in some big stars. Apple have so much fucking money though. Like they can put the budget down. So them and Legendary, like this is good for Legendary. There's a reason they didn't go with HBO Max because I'm sure they felt burned by Warner Brothers. But you know what? Because also Apple TV is like worldwide, whereas HBO Max really isn't. So
here's the thing that I was wondering. I talked about this a little bit in my initial video on this. I was thinking, should we expect to see Godzilla as like a main character, or is it going to be one of those things where like he might make an appearance every episode for a couple shots, and it's not. Just because of budget reasons, they might not. I was trying to lower my expectations and say they're
Godzilla will be in the show. We'll probably
he will be, but I don't know if he'll be like.
He'll have some action sequences. There's no reason. There's no way they're not going to have him like destroy some stuff.
Right.
So Godzilla will be like a recurring character. I don't think he'll be in every episode.
No,
as the
I wouldn't
because this is about the universe, right?
Yeah,
it's Godzilla.
I wouldn't expect something like the 1998 show where it's like they follow Godzilla every week. I don't think people should expect that.
Now, here's the thing I want to ask you. Do you expect them to go over the graphic novels? Like Godzilla Aftershock?
Well, that'll be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see like if this takes place during 2014, does it time jump at all? Or does it all take place during
I think it's between King of the Monsters and 2014 is what they're saying the series is set. So they're trying to explore all that stuff. And they had a huge writer's room involved with all this stuff. So, I mean, they're going to be tying everything together. I'm sure they know the lore and everything. Well, the good thing with the MonsterVerse is there's not too many movies to kind of go off of. And there's comics. It's not like an insane thing. So there's a lot of room to really explore a lot of the myth and all that. Although now I kind of wonder, since we got like GVK's all reshoots, if they're really going to incorporate some of the deleted stuff from that movie.
Yeah, but we can talk about that with the sequel. But yeah, in terms of this show, in Aftershock, I mean, didn't like Emma Russell and Houston Brooks show up in that, or
what is it? James Conrad's in that one too. I got. Hang on, let me like pull it up really quick. You got it like right on standby here. Where are you, Aftershock? There it is, all the way down here. Let me check this really quick. Okay, let's see.
This is tough. Yeah, because it says the show is going to feature hordes of other Titans. The thing I always wanted was just a Monarch show. Because
this is the Monarch show.
Yeah, but it's about a family. So it's not necessarily about Monarch's day-to-day activities.
It's her connection with Monarch. Okay, so you had the Muto Prime. So I wonder if the Muto Prime will be in this. So, which fights Godzilla, as we know.
Right.
Brooks, Sarazawa. Okay, Captain Conrad's there. I wonder what actors will show up that are recurring. I think Vera Farmiga would show up. Ken Watanabe definitely will show up. There's no... he's going to show up again, I think, because he's like one of the most well-known. Alan Jonah, maybe? I'd like to see him show up. Because like Charles Dance shows up in anything as long as you pay him. So... I think it'd be interesting to see him show up. I don't see Brooks. I think Brooks is only mentioned in this one because he shows up in the Kong one.
I mean, I think it'll be nice to have an occasional character or two from the show. from
Right.
the film series.
Your boy Mark.
They'll probably have to do that to make people familiar with it.
Right. Because this will be
I
like
am
that
really
time frame. So
I am most interested to see how the effects pan out because like if it's because the movie set such a high standard that if you
I
see
think they're
Godzilla
gonna. Well, that's the dinosaur program that they're coming out with. What is it like? Walking. It's like I mean the
was it like a
CGI.
prehistoric thing.
Yeah, and the CGI is incredible with that. So I expect something kind of like that. They're not going to go cheap on this thing because they want to be consistent with the movies.
I am very excited for the show though. I think it'll be nice to have something that I like. I'll be making a video on every episode of the show.
Right, like same here. I actually got to make videos on the two comics that I never made videos on, Kingdom Kong and Dominion. I never made videos on them. Come to think of it, like I think I made videos talking about them, but like I never did full on reviews of those two comics. So I have to get those out there at some point. So, but yeah,
okay. Well, there's this. I can share this. This is, I think, from this Apple show.
by the way, I want to say hey to the chat. Good to see you all.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
There's like a little Triceratops here.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's some good effects. Prehistoric Planet. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I don't have Apple TV, but that's pretty well done CGI. And plus, we had the Call of Duty thing. Hi, what are your favorite? Sunzilla 2008. Hi, what are your 5 favorite Godzilla designs? I'd have to really think about that. The legendary one's up there. Heisei Godzilla. GMK. Final Wars. And then it's got to be a Showa one. I think the MonsterVerse Godzilla or the Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Those are like the two best of the Showa era. So that's like 5 and 6. That's right there. I just said Heisei because that's pretty much all there. So what I say, Heisei, Final Wars, Legendary, GM, like the MonsterVerse one. Yeah, so like I said, that's 5 or 6 right there. It's weird, like StreamYard is not letting you pull up the chat or the comments. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I figured out why. It's because when I made the stream, I originally said it's private and I made it public later, but I can just go to the YouTube video and pop out the chat. So that's what I did.
Okay.
But yeah, so the show will be cool. I think I mean, they're hyping it up like there's going to be a lot of Titans, so we should see some fun action. It's a streaming service where, nowadays, quote unquote, TV shows don't really exist anymore. It's just like smaller budgeted films at this point. So I expect good quality.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if Kurt Russell's in it, then I'll fucking eat it up.
Yeah, Kurt Russell will be sweet. Because, if they have his son playing the younger version of himself, then that means flashbacks to early days of Monarch. Maybe we can see, even Tom Hiddleston or someone show up. I mean, can't say a lot of these actors once they know the paychecks. So
I wonder if it'll be the other way. Like, it'll be this son uncovers things about his past and he figures out, his dad or his grandfather was Kurt Russell, who used to be a Monarch or something. Like, they could do it that way too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But that'll be exciting. We don't have a ton of info, but we know that this Matt, what's his name?
It's that right here. Shoot, where am I at? Matt Shockman.
Matt Shockman is going to do 2 episodes. We'll see.
He's doing the pilot in the second episode. He might do more. So
yeah, we'll see if anything comes out about. Well, at least we got 2 episodes, so that's good. You wonder with these shows if they'll do an hour-long or half-hour-long format. It's hard to tell. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that can lead us to, I think, the more exciting topic.
Because that's a safe bet, and then we know the anime at some point is going to come out.
Yeah, so we haven't had any updates on the anime except the announcement, right?
Right. I've heard rumors that it's going to come out in October. That's all I've heard.
I mean, if I remember correctly, the Pacific Rim, the Black, kind of had a quick out of nowhere drop.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's just Pacific Rim the Black was actually pretty good. It's a lot better than Pacific Rim Uprising, but the only issue is just, they just didn't advertise it at all because Netflix, for whatever reason, Netflix just keeps getting worse and worse. I'm going to be honest.
Here's a really funny thing. I just searched Skull Island anime, and Netflix has a link for it.
Oh, click it.
I did, so I'll show you what it says. Tells us something about it, not really much, but
watch. This will be an exclusive week. They give the release date, and nobody noticed.
No, it's not that exciting. Oh, Netflix might not allow this. Wait, can you see that?
Yep, Skull Island anime. What does it say?
You can see the genres: Japanese anime series, fantasy anime. It's TV-14.
Okay, well that's something.
Fear and language. Parents strongly caution. So there is a link to it. So it exists. It's a title. So that's something.
Okay, it still exists. I mean, they got the people making Castlevania who made that, and I haven't watched the Castlevania series, but I hear really good things about it. So,
yeah, I mean, the announcement for this is well over a year old now, year and a half. Right. It was January 2021.
Yes, but anyways, let's get into the exciting news. The very big mystery box of things. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. Okay, stupid thing. Chrome tab. Okay, so here we go. So this right here, what do you call this thing, Ryan?
I wouldn't something sheet. It's like a
call sheet or something, or
well, a call sheet is more like for actors and workers, but this seems like something that like a studio might have as like a list, maybe it is a call list of their productions that are happening or upcoming.
Right. Like this is just kind of a brief little thing right here. Next film in the MonsterVerse.
Probably franchise. From Australia, like wherever they're filming in Queensland is probably doing this. So this Village Roadshow Studios Entertainment, whatever this is.
I know there's excitement with this thing. Like it's crazy. Like they're filming the sequel like 1 year later. So they must have been working on this thing in secret, like this whole time. But let's go ahead and like read this information. So Adam Wingard is going to be back to direct. I mean, we heard rumors of that last year. So they must have already had the scripts like ironed out like last year. That's probably why they cut so much from GBK and they just kind of put it on the side to explore in another movie.
And then, you have Mary Parent and Alex Garcia as producer. Eric McLeod is the line producer. And then we have one cast.
Dan Stevens, aka the guy from The Guest. And now we'll talk about who he might be playing. The next feature film installment of the MonsterVerse franchise following the film's larger-than-life monsters and then prepare for their next battle with each other. So apparently they're going to fight again based on this thing. Working title Origins, which is interesting, and aka Son of Kong. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, so like were those rumors bullshit? I guess not. So I think...
But here's the thing, though. Like, who is the Son of Kong in this thing? Now... If they're this is a rumor, obviously everyone knows them. Let's talk Godzilla now. So I should say, could either be a baby Kong or it could mean that Kong adopts a baby Godzilla, hence why the two fight again. I think that idea is more interesting. Now, what do you think of that? Like, because the Son of Kong angle, it's like, is it going to be just another Kong species or is it going to be an adoptive Kong? Now, why would these two fight again? Like
that's the thing that I'm wondering. I kind of doubt the idea that they're actually going to fight again. I think that this log line here, this description is maybe a little misleading, or maybe it's battle against each other in referring to more than just the two monsters. Like there's something bigger,
right? And the thing is, like, I don't see them just doing a Kong solo movie right away.
No,
because like they talk about having Godzilla and Kong because those two together make more money. They want to make more money. They want to ride the momentum. I mean, Godzilla and Kong just had Call of Duty. Like that was a huge deal. Like that's a huge deal right now. So right.
Here's the thing too. It's like Godzilla versus Kong, as we all know, and yes, there might have been some cutting and here and there, but it was mainly a Kong movie. I'm kind of skeptical of this. If it's Son of Kong, if that's going to make it another Kong-focused movie. Like again. It's easier to do a Kong movie because he's a primate, but like I just hope that they give them more equal footing.
Right. And it kind of makes sense in universe. Godzilla had two movies. Kong only had the one, so it's why he needed more screen time in his movie. But Godzilla I feel like a lot of his role was substantially cut out. No, I mean we don't know all the details. I know some people I was listening to online talking about how it was a Toho mandate, which I don't know because I feel like they'd approved the script and everything before it went into production.
Yeah.
I guess there's this thing with Toho nowadays where they don't want Godzilla to have much personality. Like they're like so high on Shin Godzilla that like they completely just don't want to even acknowledge that Godzilla had a substantial amount of personality in other movies prior. They're just like everything is just shit to them.
That's
And then like
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy and it's stupid. I don't get why you don't want the character to be more expressive. You literally have like cartoons and like other Toho things where he's dressing up and flipping pancakes, and you have Gojiban and all that where he's talking and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of weird how they do things over at Toho.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at this, it kind of looks like there's some whiteout or something on this. Maybe that's just the shitty JPEG. Actually,
Yeah.
there is like under Alex Garcia, the cast text is kind of fade.
Yeah, it does look like some whiteout. I don't know where somebody got this thing though. That's the thing.
But the thing is, like, if you use Inspect Element, you could have made this much cleaner. Actually, you know what? Maybe they're whiting out information we're not supposed to see.
Right. So
That's what it looks like.
Now,
Look at the S in Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers Pictures are both hit with some whiteout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
exactly.
it looks like they're doing the 2014 opening credits.
Yeah, it's like I said. There's a lot of interesting bits and confusion with it. Is it really Son of Kong though? Like that seems like a weird one to kind of go in the next direction. Like, are we doing Son of Kong and Son of Godzilla?
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is too, like, so all the stuff that was cut that we know about, like the alien stuff and the big mural and everything. Do you think they're gonna bring that back, or because they cut it, that's never gonna exist anymore and they've cut that forever? Like,
I think they'll bring it back. But here's the thing: who
I
is
was
Dan
thinking
Stevens going to play? I mean, so we know in the original version of GBK, Skarsgård lost his wife, his girlfriend, right? I mean, that's all there. That's that was proof. That was based on what he was saying in like that interview. It was like, yeah, I lost, and then even Wingard mentions it in the director's commentary, like, yeah, the original thing, studio had to cut it, like he lost his fiance or something. But then in like the reshoots, they changed it to just him having a brother that he lost.
Yeah.
Why change that? Like that always kind of baffled me. Like, why omit this entirely and then just say it's something else? Do you think
wasn't that supposed to be Jessica Henwick too, his wife?
I think that probably was the case. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a weird cut. But I think Son of Kong, that's going to be interesting what they do with that, because there's a lot of explaining they have to do. Maybe it's something with the. Well, I was going to say, because like the temple that Kong went into is mostly destroyed or ruined with the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say it's not like he can find a son in there or something. Maybe, I mean, Kong came up from the Hollow Earth at some point. Maybe another Kong exists somewhere else on Earth that came up as well that we don't know about. That's always a possibility. So I don't know. It's like one of those titles that you look at and you're like, really? And then we had that like conspiracy a while ago that like, oh, maybe Godzilla Jr. is going to be in it because one of the toys was like mini Godzilla. It's like, oh shit. But yeah, even the idea of like Kong adopting Godzilla's son, that might be weird.
Yeah, it has some weirdness to it. Like it has some interesting stuff. I'm trying to think, because here's the thing too. Origins. Remember the original synopsis for GBK?
Right, the Titans Origins.
Bingo.
That could be it. They never really explored that because they kind of either avoided it. I mean, that's what I think. That's all that shit from the mural that was cut, that was in Kong's cave, that they cut that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Monarch crew there, not really Monarch, but Rebecca Hall and Skarsgård, they went with Gia into the cavern or whatever, and that was a totally cut scene. So
I don't
they probably found shit out.
It just this is the thing. The other movies I feel satisfied because I've got everything pretty much. Like there's a few deleted scenes we never got, but we got basically the storyline, not majorly changed by reshoots. This movie, like I just feel like it's like somebody's like has like a I feel like SpongeBob with when he has in Patrick when Patrick has his secret box and I don't know what's inside it and he just keeps taunting me with it. You know what I mean?
Right. So tell me what it is.
He didn't pull the secret string, the original cut of Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know. Like I can just imagine something like that. It's really stupid. But yeah, like I said, yeah, I just thought about that too. Origins of the Titans, which is what they were originally going to do. God, they changed so much with the movie. It annoys me because I want to see that original version, and I'm just never going to because there's like 40 minutes of scenes. I don't know who mandated it. Maybe it was Toby Emmerich being a D-bag again. I don't know. I don't really know. But you know what? It worked out because unlike the Justice League movie, like GVK was a success, but it definitely feels like there's a lot missing with that movie.
Correct. It is a bummer.
And I'll never feel satisfied until I know for sure.
Right. This report here was from March 24th. So they said they were going to film this summer, but I think there was some article that said it was delayed.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we got this in the series filming this year. It'll be interesting because they got two big productions filming simultaneously, which is something they'd never really done before. And then the Skull Island anime is already like, I'm sure, going to release sometime this year. But is it going to be a prequel again? Like, how is it all going to tie together? What's the point of doing a straight up like Skull Island prequel? Like, you know what I mean? Like Skull Island. Is that just going to be part of like this overarching story they're going to be doing? How is it?
Unless they do, I was always wondering if they were going to do what they originally wanted to do before Vogt Roberts suggested the Vietnam thing, which is like back in World War I or something.
Maybe it's what I'm kind of noticing a trend here. So Godzilla vs. Kong, working title Origins, Skull Island potential prequel, MonsterVerse show exploring the history. So we're going back. So I feel like there's like this theme of going back in time a bit, exploring kind of like the lost eras of the MonsterVerse, like kind of some like hidden portions of it. I would really love to see a scene because you've seen the Jurassic World Dominion movies, like they're doing like a prologue thing for that movie that's gonna be set like millions of years in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to see something like that, but for the MonsterVerse. Open the movie up like thousands, if not millions of years ago, and show the war. Show the ancient war between the Godzilla and Kong species. We've never had like a prequel like Godzilla elements like in ancient times like that. I think that'd be really cool.
In the article I'm reading right now, Adam Wingard says this. I think there's a lot more to do there with the Hollow Earth. This is a prehistory of planet Earth where all the Titans come from. The director explained that the first Godzilla vs. Kong, quote unquote, teed up some mystery which you would like to see, quote unquote, resolved and explored and pushed to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
That's probably what they're going to do with this next one.
That's what we're going to see probably.
So much mystery, so much intrigue.
So it was originally said it was going to film this summer, but then now it's saying it's going to be later this year.
Right.
Oh. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. So much mystery. What do you think is going to happen in a sequel, Ryan? Like that's the thing. Like we knew so much like for years. Like we knew they were eventually going to lead to GVK, but now we just don't know what they're going to do next. I think I'm like it annoys me, but it also excites me at the same time. It annoys me because I don't know anything. Like I know pretty much nothing other than Wingard's directing. Kong will definitely be in it, and the thing is, like, there's speculation we don't know even if Godzilla will be in this movie.
I mean, I don't think they can call it Godzilla vs. Kong sequel without. I mean, I guess that's what's kind of got me a little annoyed when they called it Godzilla vs. Kong sequel. Like, just call it the fifth MonsterVerse film. Like, you know what I mean? If it's Son of Kong, then it's Son of Kong. But this description here says both of the monsters fighting again. So maybe he's in it, maybe he's not. It's really weird. It'd be weird how they fit Son of Kong in with their conflict. Again, it's
Someone
very
like wrote
strange.
legendary radio sound because they got to film the Morbius cameo.
It's one of those things where, like, yeah, I mean, for so long we knew what it was going to lead to. Now they have so many directions, which the Son of Kong one is just a very weird one to me, because we have this whole potential space threat that we're just not going to talk about, or are we? Who knows?
Maybe they plan multiple movies. I mean, now that they're like got a TV show and that on their way, we did talk about that, Ron Russell. We talked about the Skull Island anime earlier, but yeah, like I said, I almost need like a slate just to like as a nice security blanket. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. But I think just the fact that we're getting another movie is a great sign, because it was really supposed to just go up to GVK. Was at least that's what we thought. I mean, there was that rumored like timeline of photos. Remember, there was like the concept art, and then it said destroy all monsters. So I don't know. Like, I'm just glad I have the series for a few years. So the way I see it, the end of this year, we'll get the Skull Island anime. Next year, the TV series, and then 2024, the movie.
I mean, good. This is good news for everybody. I mean, GVK filmed from November 2018 to April 2019, and it was, again, minusing all the post-production delays that and reshoots that COVID definitely hurt. It was going to be released March 2020, and then it got pushed to November 2020. So if it's filming by the end of this year and is ending the beginning of next year, I think we can. I mean, 2024 would be annoying to say, but I think we might get it maybe late 2023 or something.
Yeah, like there's it's tough. It's tough to say. Like, there's so much mystery and intrigue, but like I said, that's the exciting part, is we just don't know.
Okay,
Space Godzilla is the big one. I feel they hinted at the whole aliens and space things been circled around the visual guide and in films. Yeah, I feel like Space Godzilla is coming. Like, that'll be the big alien threat. That and Gaigan. I think that'd be kind of cool. We got those two. Like imagine like ancient times. I mean, but to be fair, I am a little tired sometimes of the ancient rivalry bit. I feel like that we need some newer things. Like,
or we need to go see that. We need to go to the past and look at that.
Right. I want to explore the lore. I want to see like all this like ancient history. That's why we need like, I think the origins bit. If we just have like a whole, like, imagine an opening that's just like 10 minutes and it's just the monsters in the past, no dialogue, just everything conveyed visually. That would
tell it like King Kong Lives. We don't need any freaking dialogue.
No. I mean, have us like a whole opening, like 5-10 minutes of the movie that's just gonna be in the past, like ancient times, no humans, just complete visual storytelling. Maybe we can see the Kongs conducting like some sort of language with each other.
Right.
Like, there's so much cool shit you could do with that.
This is what I was expecting from maybe not just GVK, but I was expecting a little bit. But maybe Destroy Monsters. Like, let me just get like a battlefield of like a 15, 20 Titans just like beating the shit out of each other. Like in ancient times before humans, because that's the shit they keep talking about.
Yeah,
but let's
have a whole army of Kongs and Godzilla. Like, what if we saw like a young Godzilla? Like, because we've never, like, I mean, we've seen baby Godzilla, but we've never seen Godzilla, like, youthful. Like, you can see,
it would have to have some defining feature that, like, we could be like, it's the Godzilla from this series that's younger with, like, his older, family or something.
Right. I mean, we've never really, something we've never seen. We've never seen, like, 3 Godzillas. Actually, technically, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, if you count that. But, like, we've never seen, like, a Godzilla family. Because we've only seen, like, him and, like, Junior or Manila. Minya, or however you want to pronounce it, but like we never saw like Mrs. Godzilla.
All right, yeah, I mean, something like that would be really cool. I mean, obviously, they already like the idea of the Godzilla BC movie. Maybe we could get an element of that. But if it's Son of Kong, I don't know.
I am loving some of the comments here. Again, we're gonna fly in the Hollow Earth at the end credits and be like, I don't know how I got here, but I think it's got something to do with Destroy. God, Morbius. Like, at least Morbius is like a pretty bad movie, but the memes have been incredible. I definitely want Byline 2 to come out. Okay, do you think the MonsterVerse could be a long-lived universe like the MC or DC? I think it's a couple more. I think probably a couple more movies. I mean, it's going on 10 years, which is still nice.
Yeah, I mean, and we're picking up. I mean, we have an anime, a show, and a movie in development.
Right, we're getting the series. We're branching out. We got comics and everything. So I mean,
That guy's name is Robin Russell, by the way. The Russells continue to take over.
yes, the Russells are everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it in that respect, also Pacific Rim, the Black Season 2 is like coming out or is already out or something.
Yeah, maybe the Skull Island will be split into 2 sections so they can like have a MonsterVerse entry every year. Maybe some comics too. I'd like some more comics.
I'll say this, like, I feel like all of this is going to come out at the same time, which might be a little crazy. Like, they might have some strategic way to do it. Like,
It's not all going to be the exact same time. It's going to be kind of spaced out.
The anime is going to come out around fall of 2022 or winter. Then we'll have the show early 2023. Then the movie at the end of 2023. They might do it like that.
Movie will be 2024. That's what I think. Because it's going to be a long period. I think show will be like fall 2023. Since they're going to be filming that this year.
We're going to have trailers and more, and probably footage and stills before that. All stuff to be excited for.
Right. The way I see it, like, I think they like the March release date. So it's either going to be March or May 2024.
Which in that respect, it's only 2 years. And you say, oh my God, 2 years, it's so long. I mean, holy crap. I mean,
it's not like we didn't get anything Godzilla vs. Kong. We just had, we have the Call of Duty collaboration that's been big. And we had that cool cinematic thing, which I don't think you even talked about, Ryan. What did you think of it?
I mean, the effects look pretty good.
Right. The in-game effect graphics don't look nearly that good.
I know they have it fully rendered with, these nice engines and stuff, but it's always fun to see something like that. It's a really hypothetical thing. Like, where the hell even are they? Is it Skull Island? I mean, they're just like...
No, they're in I forget the name of the island location. It's the island location in Call of Duty that Warzone's there. I mean, I played it. I got killed by Kong and I got killed by Godzilla. Like, Godzilla hit me with the atomic breath. Kong, like, I flew through him or whatever. It's bizarre. Like, it's not amazing. It's cool to see them, but they don't really do much. They kind of Kong just jumps like from one spot and then jumps to another, and like he doesn't really fight Godzilla in it. Like, he just kind of like.
Yeah,
I mean, people can launch the Titans at you. Like, they can be like, okay, Titan attack this area. But it's not like as good as it could be, unfortunately.
Right. You know what? Reading some of the comments now, but the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm thinking, I don't know if Godzilla is going to be in the movie much. I feel like they're just using the name Godzilla vs. Kong sequel to get people to understand that it's part of the universe. If it's Son of Kong, I really don't see how Godzilla fits in it and why they would fight again. Like, if Son of Kong would be the focus of the movie, like Kong raising his kid, or Kong's kid on his own or something. Like, I don't get that. Or maybe Kong's kid goes and pisses off Godzilla.
just annoys him. I want Dadzilla. I really want Dadzilla.
Get him hugging Godzilla Jr. in the snow again.
I would fucking lose it over that. Like, that is one of the most emotional scenes in the whole series. Like, I mean, that's even the cynical, cold-hearted bastard like me can get choked up over that. So,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I love that moment. Like, it adds, like, to me, Son of Godzilla, I know some fans don't always love it, but it added a lot of, like, character to Godzilla. Like, you got to see him as a father. Like, there's a lot of great scenes where there's no dialogue with the monster. Like, you just can visually convey, like, it's visually really relatable to, like, a dad teaching his son. Like, he can pick up on stuff without, like...
Yeah, I would always love to see Godzilla and Kong have a kid and their kids try to fight and they're like, no, guys, we can't do that.
Right. Like I said, I would love... Okay, here's an animated Godzilla movie in the vein of Land Before Time, but it's the Kaiju that are, like, the main characters. You can have them talk in that, too, but it's basically that. I would fucking lose it.
Yeah, Son of Kong versus Son of Godzilla.
Well, here's the thing: Son of Kong and Son of Godzilla will be best friends. It's going to be Fox and the Hound.
We're like two kids on a playground where they make up.
And the thing is, like, if Godzilla can't, like, show as much personality, maybe Godzilla Jr. can, because they deliberately make Godzilla Jr. like the most adorable thing possible. The
thing that I'm thinking about this movie is, like, I'm confused why they're, like, it sounds like they're scaling back. Like you'd think they'd keep ramping it up. Like we'd get some space threat. Like we get that space Godzilla thing, or we get some Destroy All
Unless
Monsters.
they're saving it, like because you know how the MCU did that with they had the first Avengers movie, and then they built up to Infinity War.
Right, but that's expecting we're gonna have 2 or 3 phases of this. Where I guess you could say this is phase 2 now, but I don't see a longevity in that. Like I don't know if we're gonna go for 5 more movies. We might get 2 or 3 if we're lucky.
But then again, like at least we got the shows now. I think maybe we can get like squeeze maybe 2 or 3 more. Depends on how well these things do. Because like look at Fast and Furious. That's on movie fucking 10 or 11 right now. I mean, if you 11 if you count the spinoff. And just
honestly,
keeps going.
I think a lot of people might watch the show because it's a lot more easily accessible. I mean, yes, you have to get a subscription to Apple TV Plus, which I'm gonna hate myself for doing it. But
no, you're gonna have to get a subscription.
I know, but it's a lot more accessible and like, oh, a live action Godzilla TV show. Okay, fuck it, I'd watch that tonight. You know, like action packed. I can see a lot of people watching that. So I think the show format, you might end up seeing that do better than the movies. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much like that you can do with it.
I don't know if I have much else to talk about this, but like that's the news. That's what we're looking forward to. It's good to update on this occasionally. We're kind of at the midpoint of the year. By the end of the year, I expect something. I expect another update or 2 on the movie, a lot more updates on the show, and definitely something from the anime. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely hear something within the next month or 2. Well, I think by July.
Yeah, especially for the anime. Like they've been working on that for. I mean, again, they announced it a year and a half ago. Like Pacific Rim: The Black. Well, then again, that had an announcement like 3 years ago. So I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like the anime could have a fast turnaround. So
yeah, like
you might see some stills or some footage.
Yeah, exactly. We just say hi in the chat really quick because I mean it's been so long, Ryan. They missed us.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying when the first still of Godzilla from the TV show comes out, I'm probably gonna flip my shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think we'll freak out too at the when production starts on the sequel because they have to do a big press release. You know that. I think like Comic-Con's gonna be the time that they announce these things. It's only like San Diego Comic-Con's in July, so I mean, and we're pretty much like this week is the end of May, so we've got like a month or so. And then I think they'll have a big announcement of the cast and everything.
Yeah, they'll probably be halfway done with filming. So we'll see. I'm trying to think. Like when did the King of the Monsters shit come out? That was Comic-Con 2018, and the movie came out almost a year later. So
right.
But then again, GVK, the trailer came out like 3 months before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2 months.
And yeah, let's look at the success too. GVK was a big success, especially like when it was released. No big movies were really releasing during that COVID pandemic time because, like, I mean, now the theaters are like pretty much all fully there, and you know, like movies are doing huge. Like, No Way Home made a ton of money. The Batman made a ton of money. Doctor Strange 2 is making a lot of money.
Here's a good metric. I'm on the Wikipedia. Variety said that GVK needed 330 million to break even, and it made 468 million.
Right, and it also debuted on HBO Max, and all the theaters. Let's not forget they weren't all open in the U.S. Like a lot of states were still like on heavy lockdown at that time. So I know people were like living. I was at like California or something, and like we couldn't, or like other states, like they're like we can't get into the theaters. The theaters aren't open here yet. So I mean, it's crazy like how much has kind of changed within the past year. But like that movie, that's why they did HBO Max then. And Legendary got paid because there would have been a whole huge ass lawsuit for what Warner Brothers and for what was going on with that thing. They got paid because it got released and simultaneously. So, I mean, I think Warner Brothers didn't have the biggest year that year, but I mean, they kind of sacrificed a lot of their movies to get HBO Max off the ground. But now, like, it did bring back cinemas. So, like, GVK that's the movie that did it. A lot of people were cynically will say it didn't do what you did. No, it was the thing that kind of jump started things again. It was like you jump started.
To see at this point. I mean, yeah, the Skull Island anime has showrunners and shit. Brian
Right.
Duffield and Jacob Robinson, they're showrunners. So like they already have a staff. Well, the new TV show has Chris Black as a showrunner. So like everything's there. I'm trying to find the total gross. So the films in total
Or
have
like almost 2
grossed,
billion.
yeah, 1.9 billion
And if
on
you
at
count,
the
like,
max
if you count-
700 million.
Right. If you count like Blu-ray and DVD sales, it's over 2 billion in revenue.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it probably would have done, GVK would have made a lot more had it not been COVID times. I mean, the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong is the most viewed trailer ever for Warner Brothers. It's like over 100 million.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. Obviously, like when the show comes out, I know like my channel's not the fastest, but again, you can blame the news, not me.
And even at
It's-
one of the comments is saying, because they still had the limited capacity too in theaters during GVK, so let's not forget that too. And people were way more
Yes, yeah, I
paranoid
mean,
about going back to the
in
theater.
my theater when I went to, they were every other row was closed off. So
Yeah, but it still did as well as it did. So that was because I remember my showing was sold out like the initial IMAX showing. But man, was it fun! That was a good day.
Yeah. So
why isn't that on the soundtrack? That cool intro, like that might be my favorite intro out of the 4 movies. Like, because like that's where the music like really slaps.
which one?
The intro to GVK, like the title credits, like that's my favorite intro.
That I mean that I still think 2014 gets.
I really
hype
like
the most,
20.
but the GVK one is great too.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the 2014 one because it's kind of like a build-up, like a mystery and intrigue. But like, I mean, just the GBK one just has this big fight feel, and then like we kind of go like the titles pop up and it like explodes. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, GBK.
Yeah, no, that was a great time. It's kind of crazy that it's been over a year since I saw it in the theater because it feels like yesterday. But again, that's a testament to how quickly time goes and how quickly all of these things are going to be released in retrospect.
Right.
So,
I mean, we still, there's so much has changed. I mean, I did my speculation video. Was it like last year? What's next for the MonsterVerse? That thing took fucking forever to edit. But now, like, so much has changed even then.
So when this stuff comes out, I will be making more videos on it, especially when the show comes out again. I plan to do something on every episode. You know, like my thing is, like I'm at a point on YouTube where like, you know, like my videos do pretty well. When I have content to make, I do well for myself. But like, I don't want to make
You do a video
content
on
when they're
do a video on the
there is-
Call of Duty thing because you never did.
it's not worth it to me. You know,
no.
like I want to do content that I think is worth making. I don't want to scratch the barrel for things too often.
Do one video on the Call of Duty thing, just as an impression video. You can talk about the trailer if you played any footage at all. Just do a quick impressions thing. That'll count because I mean these subscribers have just been like dead silent, like waiting for you to talk about some stuff. So I mean, I've been doing videos on stuff. I mean, I just did a video on a Godzilla versus Kong or an IDW Godzilla comic because nobody really seems to talk about the comics as much as me.
Yeah.
I mean, other channels do, but it's like, you know, I wish people
part of the problem with me is like, again, I know people are hungry for content, but I don't want to make a video unless it's something I think is really worth talking about, which is why I kind of make things sparingly, especially when there's not a lot of news. But again, once all this stuff ramps up, and the anime too, I kind of failed on Pacific Rim: The Black. I tried really hard, but for the Kong Skull Island anime or Skull Island anime, I'm gonna try to cover every episode, which again gets harder when streaming services they release everything. So like if I want to catch up, I need to binge it. But we'll see how the Godzilla show releases. Maybe it goes episodic every week. I would kind of like that actually, but I know some people don't like that. But anything else you have to say, or as Nick says, you got a plug before we head out?
No, I'm just I felt good to kind of just, you know, get on the stream and just kind of talk about something because it's been a really, really long time. I just made a video today, so you can check that out. It's a Godzilla comic, the IDW stuff. You can follow me on Twitter. I have 2 Twitter accounts, but we'll just say you can follow me at Let's Talk Godzilla. So, I mean, that one just passed 10,000 followers, which was insane to think about. Because like a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's you." Someone's like, "Sean's profile pic is based as fuck." That's right. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite moment in all Dragon Ball Z when Gohan just obliterates Cell. It's quite perfect. So,
I am not a fan of any of these things. I don't understand.
I know you're such a nerd. Just kidding.
But yeah, no. Here's the thing. Like the other day, I was like, why is my Pacific Rim the Black video from over a year ago doing so well? And I was like, oh, season 2 came out. I didn't even know. So I'm probably gonna have to go watch that this weekend.
Dude, watch season 2. Like season 2 was really good. Like it hasn't like it wraps its story up. Like although like I'm kind of bummed because I'm like I kind of want more from this universe with like this cast and characters. Because it just is like it was a fascinating like dive into like the dark part of like the universe, kind of like just kind of like the like it's a little more gritty than the movies in that. Like there's some interesting like characterizations and stuff going on in that with the lore. You have like kind of a cult. You have somebody who's like a kaiju boy or whatever, which was kind of interesting. So and like I said, you have the cult in there and brainwashing. I'm like, this is all really cool, like horror stuff and that. I liked it. But Pacific Rim the Black was quite good.
I will have to watch season 2.
It's about all we'll probably get. I like a comic continuation to the story if possible. So yeah.
Well, I think that's it for this stream. But thank you everybody for coming again. I wish there was more to talk about. And when stuff comes in the future, I will certainly be making videos on it.
Let me say one thing, Ryan. I want to ask you one thing. What do you want to see? What do you want to see next? Most of all, like what villain do you want to see next in the MonsterVerse? Like what other monster?
I have been a big fan of the creatures that they create and all the new Titans that they're making.
Okay.
Seeing as how they've done really good job taking the Toho monsters and bringing them in, I put a lot of thought into this because like I try to think about what would be a good monster to bring in to update. I really think they could do something with Biollante. He's my number one. She's my number one. But I think for some reason, I think Megalon could work.
Yeah. What about Gigan? I know Gigan, you have a bias too, because like
I like Gigan a lot, but I don't think it'll work just considering how crazy the design is, and because we already had Mechagodzilla. I don't know if they could have a way to explain that.
Aliens.
So,
that's all you need to know. I mean, they had a giant
but it's a chicken. Robot. It's literally robot chicken. And I would love to see Anguirus, but we already know we know Anguirus has existed in the past, so maybe in a flashback or something we could see Anguirus. All the fans would love that.
Oh, that'd be fucking cool! Like that opening like origins angle where it's like the Kong species going to war with like a few Godzillas and Anguirus is there, and then you can see Godzilla watches Anguirus die or something, and it's like really sad.
Oh God. The possibilities.
God, I really want this origin bit. Like, just give me like the opening 10 minutes of the movie, just that.
They just call it Godzilla versus Kong Origins.
Would be so good.
Fuck it, let's just remake Godzilla versus Gigan with the playground and everything.
And the cockroach people.
Oh my God! All right.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it.
We could probably ramble on forever about this shit.
Right.
Yeah, so go check out Sean's channel, JTISREBORN. He uploads more frequently than I do, so certainly look there. He's covering, as he said, he covers like more of the Godzilla comics, which nobody really does. So he has a pretty good catalog of that stuff, and he does his regular DC stuff and after the movie shit.
Yeah. So which coming up Tuesday, gonna do a video on Top Gun 2. I got an early screening on that, and some other comic reviews I got to post right after this stream. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks.
And then Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which for whatever reason got copyright dinged, but hopefully it goes through okay. So
I have not a copyright problem.
I don't think it got dinged. It just never showed up. There's a weird issue with that one, but we'll see what happens next. So okay. Well, everyone in the chat, really good to see you all. I miss doing streams like this. Like honestly, like I'll say this, Ryan. Shout out to you because you, Jack, and like Nick and all that. It restored my enjoyment of YouTube back in 2018 because I was kind of at a point where I wasn't really enjoying it. so much. But then like, you know, all of us collaborated together and it just made it fun again. And now I have like this resounding like newfound energy and sense of purpose with the platform.
Yeah.
So
and your channel's done really well since then, especially
Yeah.
with that the Dark Apocalypse War shit that went nuts.
Yeah, I know. They did a follow up with an animated short with that. Didn't quite do as big because like the animated DC stuff, I know like there's rumors of a Crisis animated trilogy, but I'm just kind of like it's kind of like at a stalemate right now. Now that Warner Brothers is like bought out by Discovery and all that, so it's all like up in the air what they're gonna do next. So just the excitement's just not there like it was in 2020 at the time. And I'm hoping like we can kind of recapture that. But that's why I've been covering like just the comics, and there's just so many things to cover. And like I said, I could probably get more subs if I just tapped into that whole like outrage thing that a lot of other channels do, but it just doesn't feel right to do. You know what I'm saying?
Do it if it's genuine.
Right. It has to be genuine. I don't want to be one of those outrage channels. So
all right. That's gonna be it for tonight because I have things to do tomorrow, but let's all stay updated on anything. Obviously, Sean's alter ego Twitter is going to be good for news, but check everywhere, check the Reddit, and next time there's news, be sure to come here because I'll probably have it covered.
Check the Let's Talk Godzilla account because that thing just is at almost 10,500 followers. I actually never like I plugged it from here to there. I never plugged like my YouTube channel on that Twitter account though. I don't know why. I just like, but it's fun.
You should tweet about this stream.
Yeah, I mean, share the link.
Yep. All right. We're going to be sharing that so more people will come here. And until next time.
Yeah, let's see you get a sub boost. I mean, that'd be fucking cool. So.
Bye.
Bye.